It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Best of Bias podcast, starring yours truly, Lydell Dinero, and whoever I decide is going to be on the podcast this week. You already know what it is. It's time for another action-packed sports field, but guess what? We have a guest today, aka himself, is going to make an appearance. So we got plenty to talk about this week, not just sports, but we will be starting off with NFL, fantasy, talk a little NBA, World Series is past. So we'll get all that stuff out of the way, and then we'll have aka come on in the second half of the pod to talk some topics and stuff like that, some pop culture, and give you guys an update on some of the shit we got going on behind the scenes for the Best of Bias podcast, Best of Bias media for the future. So again, action-packed podcast, episode 263. We getting up there, man. One more step closer to 300. So, without further ado, let's get into the shit, man. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are feeling good. I'd like to check on you guys before we get started with the shenanigans. You feel me? Hopefully your week wasn't too rough. Hopefully this view isn't different. I know I got the little shadow cast above my head because of the hat, but I gotta rep the merch, man. I want you guys to know I still got the hats, dad hats, beanies. Holiday season's coming up, so if you need something, grab it. We will get more styles. We will get more stuff. We are going to be upgrading really soon, I promise you guys. I've been telling you guys the shit was on the way, but I promise you guys some more stuff is to come. I have been inspired fashion-wise. While I'm talking about it, you see what I got on today? Some of y'all might be too young, but if you're a millennial like me, you know who this is. It is the ALIAH. You know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. The queen herself, rest in peace. I just had to show a little shirt how it matches with the hat, you feel me? Just like how it go with E1s, you feel me? But for real, hope you guys are doing all right today. If you guys need any merch and stuff, hit me up. You know where to find me. Again, I like to plug the stuff. Let me plug my stuff at the beginning of the pod instead of the end, because some people may not be sticking around to the end all the time and may not know where to find me. But wherever you're looking for this podcast, of course, like, subscribe on YouTube. You're probably watching on YouTube right now. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell so you don't miss any new videos. You get all of them. I know you guys, the regulars, are here all the time anyways. Audio listeners, wherever you find your favorite podcast is Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Type in Best of Bias Podcast. You'll probably see Growly up there. And if you find that, you are in the right place. The other catalog of the old podcast might be under the Best of Bias Podcasts. You already know how that went. Some technical difficulties. Had to jump on Spotify. Thank you, Spotify, for helping us find a new home, a new platform for the pod, because, man, I was in disarray at the time. I don't want to talk about that. We're not getting into it. But I hope you guys are doing good and ready for another episode of the Best of Bias podcast. Again, we have a guest today. So it's not going to be me just blabbering. We're going to hear some anime talk. We're going to hear some pop culture talk, and again, we're going to be giving you insight on what the Best of Bias is about to be doing in the future. But for now, like we like to do it in the past couple weeks, it's sports season. Sport equinox is going on, and somewhat, I mean, not all sports are playing all the time right now, but everything's in season. So we got to talk about these sports. I'm letting you guys know what's going on with the scores and stuff from the week to week and predictions for the next weeks, just in case you guys are putting in bets and stuff like that. It's not all about gambling, man. It's just about how you feeling. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your team is being talked about right now in the media and they're not getting fair due. I'm going to talk about it here. I'm going to talk about a little bit of everybody in their games, what they did in their games, who's going to win next week. If your team has a bye, you probably won't get talked about as much, but you already know what it is if you're a Best of Bias Field member in this time of the year. We really sports heavy, but unlike last week, we got some pop culture here at the end. But yeah, let's start with last week. It was week 9. I gave you guys some predictions on who I thought will win, and we had some outcomes that I might not have expected, some that I did expect. Buccaneers weren't playing, so you won't hear no hyped ass review about the Bucs, but we coming back this week and playing the Patriots. I'll talk about that a little later. But Thursday night, we started with Baltimore against Miami. I was recording while that game was actually going, so I wasn't able to give you guys, in-depth review or predictions about it. But, while I was recording, Baltimore was handily winning, and they did. 28-6, Lamar Jackson's back, so they're going to get back on track. We already know that Derrick Henry's probably going to get back to the old Derrick Henry now that they have the decoy of Lamar Jackson being able to run or throw. You're never really going to know what he's going to do. So stack the box, if you will. You're going to throw it over your head, play action. Let a light box. Either Lamar Jackson's going to run or Derrick Henry's going to pound it. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. Sorry, I'm gonna be looking over there a little bit during this game. I started Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton. I should have started my guy, the Jackson Dart, but I'll get there when the fantasy starts. But if I start looking over there a little bit, you know why. Sorry, YouTube watchers. But God damn it, they always suck in the first quarter. But anyways, Baltimore did win, and if I was going to predict anything, of course, I was going to pick Baltimore in that game because Miami is trash. They won last week, and of course, that was a fluke because this week they went back to their old self. They fired the GM, I believe. I think the coach is going to stay just because they don't want to bring in a new coach after they fire Mike McDaniels, and then that team end up doing bad, or that interim coach end up doing bad. Or, well, I guess doing good is the negative part because then you have to keep the interim coach. You can't really find a coach that and you know, research and do your research on the coach that you actually want. The public will be clamoring for this new coach, this interim coach to stay. So I get why they're keeping Mike McDaniels to the end of the season, but they're terrible and lost. Starting with the Sunday games, San Francisco versus New York, man. I thought New York was going to be able to do a little something, I guess, with Scatterbo out. And Neighbors out. There's not enough juice, and Jackson Dart can't run the ball every time and do everything by himself. So yeah, they came back to earth, though I thought they were going to upset the 49ers because we saw what happened to the 49ers last week with Houston, and Houston being able to do whatever they wanted against that Niners defense and them losing Michael Williams during this game. I thought the Giants would actually be able to do a little something, but nah, Giants didn't do anything, and they spammed CMC, and Mac Jones was able to do enough to beat the Giants in New York and continue to roll. But them losing players every game, man, it just kind of sucks to be winning in that aspect because some of these players are going to be out for the season. So to do all this hard work, put more injury and wear and tear on Christian McCaffrey for a season that could just end up losing in the playoffs in the first round due to not having anybody available would suck. You know what I mean? So, shouts out to the 49ers. They're trying really hard this season. For them to be, I think they're 6-3. For them to have that record after all these devastating injuries is just a testament to the coaching staff and their preparation that they bring every week. But shouts out them out there. But they won. I got that one wrong. I'm sorry, guys. I thought they had gave up. Chicago against Cincinnati. This game was crazy. I think it was the Bears pretty much the full way. Then Cincinnati started to claw back. If you guys watched the game, it was a shootout the whole way. Joe Flacco was doing his thing. I didn't think he was actually going to play, which is why I picked Chicago to win this game. I didn't think he was going to play due to the separated shoulder, but I think he somehow magically healed. Maybe got that shot. And he was out there going, T. Higgins was making crazy catches. I thought there was a point where the game was over. Illegal touching by Isuvas, however you say his name, number 80 on the Bengals. Thought the game was over, but Joe Flacco wasn't going out. The Bears were able to make enough plays in the end to actually win the game, but it was a barn burner, man. The Bengals just can't catch a break. The Bears won, bouncing back from their loss last week after winning 4 in a row, losing, and then getting back on the winning track. It wasn't a pretty game, but hey, they got the dub. I did pick Chicago to win that one. Denver at Houston. Denver continues to win ugly. The defense is goddamn holding them in every game. The offense starts slow all 3 quarters. Can't do shit the first 3 quarters, and somehow they just turn it on in the 4th quarter and end up winning. No matter how far the game is out of reach, as you saw by the Giants game, or if it's a low-ass scoring game like it was this week. 18-15 is damn near unacceptable. Denver won that game, though, so, I mean, they don't care. They can win ugly as much as they want, as long as they stay ahead of the Chargers and the Chiefs in the division. Hey, it's looking good. Yeah, but they beat Houston. Houston's back in the losing column. Chargers played Tennessee at home. Tennessee chose this game to play their hardest. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Chargers can't catch a break. Well, I guess they can. No pun intended. Joe Alt, their right tackle, injured again. He got injured at the beginning of the season after Slater got hurt. He got hurt soon after, came back, and then he ended up getting hurt again. They're just having trouble on that offensive line over there on the Chargers. Omarion Hampton doesn't seem like he's coming back until about week 14, promising rookie after they lost Najee Harris with the Achilles. They have an abundance of receivers right now. I mean, that's what it looks like. Their best room, their best unit. Keenan Allen, Gadsden, the Godsend at tight end that they found. Of course, Ladd, Quinyon Johnson, Johnston, is it Johnson or Johnson? Whatever. Trey Harris, they're all making plays for him in the offense. Justin Herbert, of course, the man himself, keeping shit alive with his legs and just showing everybody what he can do with his arm. They're hanging on with the coaching of Jim Harbaugh, but we're gonna see if they can. Again, they're another team that's in the NFC or AFC West, trying to hold on and stay above the Chiefs and keep their playoff hopes alive. But with all the injuries on their offensive line, it makes it hard for them to do anything besides pass the ball. And you can't just pass the ball every play. You can't pass the ball every play. So hopefully they get it together. They did end up winning that game, but they lost Joe Alt again. And Tennessee side of things, I hope they keep Cam Ward because I like Cam Ward a lot. I hope they don't jump ship with the new coach and just try to start over because they're probably not the number one pick. But I think they should just get him weapons. I think a couple of years of development, he'll be all right. He's not good right now, and he doesn't look like a number one pick that could change your franchise right away. But after this, maybe this is another cycle of players, some linemen, maybe some offensive weapons for him, maybe some more pieces on that defense to keep him competitive to throw around Jeffrey Simmons. Oh damn. There you go. Austin JT touchdown. First touchdown in the game. But stuffy naps on him. But yeah. Chargers won that game. I was right about that one. Indianapolis versus against the Pittsburgh Steelers. This one was kind of unexpected. Well, no, I wouldn't say that actually, because I was kind of waiting for Indianapolis to kind of fall off a cliff. They do have Daniel Jones after all, and he kind of played like the old Daniel Jones this game. I think the first drive he threw an interception. He actually, I think he had a couple of turnovers this game. They neutralized, Jonathan Taylor. And then if you give Daniel Jones the yips, that can kind of throw a monkey wrench in their plan, why it looks like during the trade deadline, the Colts did go for broke to get Sauce Gardner from the Jets. The Jets were in fire sale mode. So they threw 2 first rounders, one this year, one next year, to the Jets for, Sauce Gardner. Just because, I mean, there could be some situations for the Colts. They're good right now. I mean, they only lost 2 games, if I'm correct. So for the Colts right now to solidify that defense, that back end there, just in case you get put in situations where Daniel Jones does turn the ball over, or you give that defense or the offense of the opposite team short field, somebody that can lock up the other team's best receivers so they have a better chance to, hold shit down. Even though that division, they're probably going to win at this point, hands down, probably like a 99% chance they win the AFC South. The Colts, Titans, who else is there? Jaguars and Houston. Houston's lost a bunch of games. Jacksonville's barely hanging on, winning on fluky shit. And I think the Colts only lost 2 games, and I don't see them losing hella more unless Daniel Jones really falls off that cliff and looks like the old Daniel Jones. But I'm really hoping it doesn't happen for him, because I hate when these guys go through a whole college career to be heralded as like one of the top quarterbacks in the country, in the world, anywhere. Anyways, for that draft, that process, and when they go to a big market where he doesn't pop right away, that just kill your confidence and kill your career, and just want to throw you to the wayside. And a bunch of quarterbacks that happened to Jameis. I'm hoping he has a really good resurrection, or one of these Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold type of years where he finds a team that does need a quarterback and can realize the talents, and maybe he grows out of his old habits and just takes the team to the promised land. You know what I mean? So yeah, I thought it was cool. That Daniel Jones was actually doing his thing and shining, and Jonathan Taylor was another guy that people kind of forgot about, and they're kind of remembering now that he is dope. He is on that Saquon Bijan level. He was hurt one year. I think he hurt his ankle one year, and then one year he sat out hella due to some contract disputes. But when he does play, people remember what he does and who he was in college, because that man in college, bruh, he was the shit. I don't know. Somehow NFL does this thing of, once you get into the NFL, everything you did in those college jerseys don't really matter. They just kind of drag you back down to square one, and they treat you as such, and then the fans hop on the bandwagon and kind of join in, kind of tearing down that player. It just kind of crazy. I've seen it year in and year out. Being a avid Oregon fan, as you guys know, watch a lot of college football, see a lot of these players come from teams that are the shit in college and just don't get that chance in the NFL. I don't know if it's due to their skill set, what they're looking like in practice, because of course they know better at practice than I do because I'm no coach, but the eye test, the players that they're playing in the NFL coming from college, a lot of them playing while these players were starring in college. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Especially running backs. I have a soft spot with my heart just because I played running back. I went through the whole college ranks of trying to play and trying to make my way. I should have got the young man's name. I forgot the guy that passed away in the NFL. I don't know the story, and of course I don't know the full story. Like details aren't really coming out. But this morning, 24-year-old played for the Cowboys. I think his last name was Bland. I'm sorry for not knowing the name at this time. I should definitely look it up. Let me look it up. Actually, let me not do that to him. Let me see. Let me see. Sorry about that, guys. Find this name. Damn, we talked to Ella today. It's in my group chat. Damn. Couldn't find the name there. Marshawn Nealand. Yeah, R.I.P. Marshawn Nealand, man. Played defensive end for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know exactly what the story was, but it looks like he was in a police chase. And they said that he got away in the police chase, but they later found his car in a crash and later found him in the forest or something with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Of course, whenever it has details to do with like police and stuff like that, the stories are kind of shaky and people don't really believe that it was any wrongdoing really by the player. It was more so the cops that did it to the player. But I just personally, I just want to take it from the other aspect of mental health type of thing, especially when it comes to these sports and politics. When it comes to sports, uh, you can hear my voice getting shaky a little bit just talking about it. The wear and tear it does on your mental. Firstly, coming through high school, being told you're the shit, going through college again, doing what you did in college, putting up all these accolades to even make it to the draft, to actually get drafted and do the combine. Work your heart out for the combine, and then get to the draft, get drafted wherever you get drafted. Maybe you don't think you get drafted as high as you think you should be drafted. And then once you get to the team and get reflected as such, it can do a lot to you. You do all you can at practice to show that you can play. You did everything in college, tore your body up. You just want to show coach that you can make it. You can be an attribute to the team. You try to feed your family, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make more money. You dedicated your whole life to making it here. And if you not to get no burn, be promised to play or just never be able to make it past the person that's in front of you on the depth chart, whether it be because of talent or, again, I say politics because if your coach has a favorite player, be it as you may be better or not than that player that is in your coach's favor, since that coach is in the player's in the coach's favor, they're going to pay all their attention to them. They're going to get all the first reps. They're going to get they're going to be in the coach's favor and get whatever they want, no matter what, even if it's not deserved. You know what I mean? And being the person that has to get it out of the mud, maybe you're a 7th round, 6th round pick and trying to get it out of the mud just to make the roster. You don't want to be on special teams no more. You're trying to be at least a 2nd, 3rd string linebacker, defensive end. But you're not getting that shot. You know you're better than the person in front of you. You're not getting that shot. Your coach tell you to your face. In football culture, they'll tell you, bro, you're not good. He's 10 times better than you. You suck. We're gonna give you tough love here. We're gonna do it. A lot of people aren't used to that. In my high school days, in my early college days, coaches would tell you shit like that, would cuss you out, yell at you, and it is what it is. You take it, or you're not strong enough. You're not the type of player that's ready for football for competitive sports. That's what it was. Nowadays, a lot of the kids aren't really used to it. I don't even think a lot of the coaches be on that type of time. But I'm used to the locker room culture. I'm used to what the coaches say to players behind the doors. I've had a running back coach. I swore that I was better than some of the players on the team. I went and practiced, outperformed everybody. I went to the games ready to play. I was told I was going to start and didn't get no PT. I was upset. Just didn't want to cause a ruckus on the team because if you mention anything like that you're upset about your playing time, you do what you need to do and you're not getting no PT, you, you, you're disrupting the team. If you're worried about your personal playing time over the team's success, you're troublesome to the team. And not only that, they expect you to be teammates with the people and super friendly and super happy for all the people that are in front of you taking, I wouldn't say necessarily the food off your table, but your opportunity to play, you're not going to play. And you're forced to, I don't know. It just does a lot to your mental, man. It does a lot to your mental. Not only do you not get to play, your coaches are telling you you're bad. They're telling you this person's better than you to your face, which makes you resent your teammate. But if you don't support your teammate, you don't look happy that you're not playing and just on the sideline clapping, you're looked at as a bad player. You're looked at as a person that's not a good teammate and just try to tear you down. The system is a terrible system, bro. It's a terrible system. And there's some systems out there that are not like that. I won't just take my story and just kind of put it on everybody, but it's millions of stories out there that people don't tell. People do tell. People are like, "Oh, shut up. You're just a person that plays sports that are just living in the glory days." Nah, that shit exists, man. And again, I'm not saying that's happened to this young man. I wouldn't put that on anybody just talking shit, saying that's what Marshawn Kneeland, he was experiencing mental health issues from the Cowboys directly or anything like that. But I'm saying, just as possible it is, there could be some foul play about the police doing something to this young man. It's possible that, I don't know, the politics of trying to make a sports team, being in a small pond with a lot of fish, can do something to your mental too, man. It makes people make decisions that we see what happened with Antonio Brown, him going to jail for attempted murder, and I don't know. Mental health. I wouldn't put mental health on everybody, but we know Antonio Brown has CTE. Yeah, after that hit Burfict put on him, he's never been the same. He talks like he does. The decisions he make, it just seems like he does. I don't know. And I feel like Antonio Brown personally, people know that there's some trouble going on from possibly football injuries, but they just chalk it up as him being Antonio Brown, and they take everything he does to the most serious of extent. I know he's super outspoken, and me personally, as a Bucks fan, what he did to us, I'm really personally like fuck him. How he talked shit about Tom Brady after he helped him get him on the team, we helped him win the Super Bowl. He helped us win the Super Bowl, we'll say that. But the way he treated the team the year after, there's a lot of reasons to hate or for me not to like Antonio Brown, but I personally, of course, NFL is a big business. CTE was kind of looked down upon because it could be a danger to the NFL business. And NFL has been working on trying to help people with CTE, prevent it from happening from big hits and stuff like that. But I could see where NFL can look out to these cases and be like, just don't mention that in any of the articles. Just be like, this person is tripping. He's crazy. Because CTE could be used as an excuse to get some people out of trouble. It's not an excuse. I think we've seen proof of it. So I think we need to take more so some of these things into account when dealing with football players and the pressures and not only the contact and pressures you get on your head and stuff like that, the politics of behind the scenes in sports. Everybody knows it. It's not only football. The politics they're crazy. And I can only imagine how they are at the NFL level. But anyways, I got distracted. I'm sorry about that rant. Hopefully it made sense. But RIP to the young brother. I keep forgetting his name. Marshawn Kneeland. RIP. Prayers out to his family. Back to this football stuff. My bad, y'all. Atlanta versus the Patriots. Patriots on a roll. I didn't watch this game, but I'm happy that New England won and the Falcons lost. They keep getting in really close games. I don't want it to come down to the last game in the NFC South and the Falcons be right there. We don't need none of that shit. So thank you, the Patriots, for beating them. The Bucks play the Patriots next week. Me personally, I think they play a lot of easy teams, but we did too. So this is going to be a really good, big, proven game for both of us. I'll talk about that when we get there, though. But Yeah, New England beats Atlanta. Of course, I picked that. Green Bay loses, or no, yeah, Green Bay loses to Carolina. This one I didn't expect. Um, I don't know. Me personally, I think Dave Canales is a better offensive coordinator than Liam Cohen was. I really like Dave Canales. I don't like how he went to the Panthers and kind of poached some of our coordinators and now play us twice a year. And the dude be scheming up some good shit and have the Panthers in a good place. I think they're like 5-3 right now, which I wouldn't expect it from them. I think they're 5-3, either 5-3 or 4-4, one of those. But I think they're 5-3. Bryce Young doing his thing. Proving that he has a connection with Ted McMillan. So it's looking good. Rico Dowdle getting his spot back. I think Chuba Hubbard got hurt again. Chuba Hubbard's always, to me personally, he's always been a backup running back. For them to give him big bread to be a number one running back was crazy to me when it happened. But Rico Dowdle, what he was doing in those 2 games when Chuba was out, for him not to get starter touches, that was stupid. You act like you don't want to win games, especially when you have Andy Dalton playing. I don't know. I don't know what that was. But I'm glad they came to their senses and are starting Rico Dowdle again. And I can't even be mad at Carolina winning this game because knocking the Packers down a peg helped the Buccaneers in overall standing. So good job, especially with Green Bay having that tie. I don't know. I never knew why being 4-1-1 when they were 4-1-1 was better than a 5-2 record. I get it, they didn't lose, but a tie should be lost in the worst. I mean, worse than a loss. Sorry, audio listeners, but you just heard me enjoy it. Nice ass cup of water. She was delicious. To continue with the games, Minnesota beat Detroit 27-24. I didn't predict that to happen, but I'm happy it did. JJ McCarthy in his return beat Jared Goff in the Lions. Man, I bet we would have beat them if they didn't just lose to the Chiefs the week before. I think that gave them a lot of juice and helped them have what it takes to beat us at home. They couldn't lose 2 weeks in a row, especially to us at home. So Minnesota's doing God's work, brought them down as well, so the Bucks can prosper. I didn't predict that one. I don't think anybody really did that one. Jacksonville beats Las Vegas 30-29. I thought Las Vegas was going to be good this year. Geno Smith isn't good. I thought this year he would do something coming off that year he had in Seattle. He's just, not doing good. Had a good receiver in Jacoby Myers. They traded him away to, Jacksonville, since Jacksonville ain't got nobody healthy. That's interesting that they played and then they just ended up trading Jacoby Myers after the game. Just sent him over there. That's crazy. But yeah. Las Vegas, they need to step it up, man. That front office they had, I thought Tom was gonna go over there and have them right. Gino's just bad. He's just bad. Brock Bowers has been out for a while, so they can't spam Brock Bowers. I mean, I think he got hurt for them spamming him so much. Ashton Genty's looking okay. That offensive line over there is not looking too good. But I mean, once Chip Kelly gets another year under his belt with Ashton Genty, gets the pieces right, they need some more receivers over there. Definitely need a quarterback. I don't know how they can get one, but Gino, this might be his last year, bro, because he's looking terrible. And that might be an understatement. But yeah, Raiders lost that game. I was right about that one. I picked Jacksonville. The Rams beat New Orleans' ass 34-10. They're at home, won. And New Orleans is terrible. They don't even have Alvin Kamara to spam anymore. He's not good. Well, I wouldn't say he's not good. I like Alvin Kamara personally. It's just the Saints are just no good. So his talents are just being used to no avail. We thought he might get traded to a running back needy team, maybe the Chiefs or somebody like that, but nope. He didn't get traded. We thought Breece Hall would get traded to another team that was running back needy since they was trading everybody. They traded Quentin Williams to the Cowboys. The Cowboys made that trade even though they're not doing nothing. I don't know. Trade deadlines, basketball and football to me, just been blah for the last couple of years, bro, especially for my teams. Buccaneers just sat there and did nothing. And the teams that did make trades, I guess the Colts are contenders, so getting Sauce is a big deal. But other than that, there was no really Jacoby Myers, whatever. Quentin Williams for the Cowboys, okay. That makes their team good for. They have some pieces: Dante Fowler, some Javante or Jadeveon Clowney, some forgotten about people. But I don't know. They're not going anywhere now. They just got whoops. I think I'm getting to that in the Monday night game. They just got beat by Arizona 27-17. I might as well talk about that now. Jacoby Brissett just walked all over him. Dak Prescott had one of his worst games ever. Javante Williams looked pedestrian. And they're playing the Cardinals. The Cardinals weren't really good at all. And the Cowboys are at home. Aubrey missed a 63-yard field goal. Everybody thought he was gonna make that look like motherfucking a free throw. But they had a bad game. I don't know. I mean, the defense did look good at times. Dante Fowler had a couple of sacks. Jadeveon Clowney was making noise, even though they both seemed like they got hurt, both in the game. Um, yeah, the DBs look cooked on the Cowboys, so I don't know what they need to do with that. I don't know. Their team looks good, so they lost to the Cardinals, and the Cardinals just put Kyler on IR, so it's Jacoby Brissett just throwing to Trey McBride and spamming the shit out of Marvin Harrison. I think Marvin Harrison had like 8 catches in the first quarter, or 9 targets in the first quarter. Crazy. But yeah, let me jump back into here. Again, New Orleans lost to the Rams. Of course, I picked that. Buffalo beats Kansas City in their 10th total matchup. I guess they're like 6-1 against the Chiefs in the regular season, but can't beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. I think that's going to change this year. I mean, the offense of the Chiefs does look a little better than they were without Rashee Rice, but still, I feel like if you can get pressure on Mahomes, those receivers can't really get open like some of the primetime receivers or tight ends in the NFL. Kelsey can still get open here or there, still make those catches, but Rashee Rice has to get the ball out of the backfield on some gadget play stuff. Maybe he gets open on a slant running across the field on a drag or something like that. Same with Xavier Worthy, but I don't know. I don't see any like route technicians or anybody like that that can just get open right away. Or if Patrick Mahomes has to hold the ball for a long time, then they can definitely get open. I don't see that right now. So we're gonna see. And that defense is kind of the same defense they've had for a while. They're kind of getting older as well. They're out on the outside looking in on the AFC West, and they're not even in playoff contention right now. So, I mean, it is Patrick Mahomes. They're in the Super. They do call the Super Bowl the Patrick Mahomes Invitational, but I'm not too sure it's gonna go the way they think it's gonna go this year. But yeah, and then Seattle beat Washington without Jaden Daniels. Actually, Jaden Daniels did play. He broke his arm on some crazy shit in the game. Washington quarterbacks, yeah, they're cursed. But Seattle wins another game. They think they're hot shit. They think that the Seattle's going to the Super Bowl just because they win in some teams against teams that I feel like they should beat anyways. They didn't beat us, and we hella injured. So I feel like when they play real people, I don't know if it's going to look the same. JSN is looking incredible. But, you know, we're going to see what happens when shit actually really hits the fan. But yeah, I got a lot right that game. I got a lot right that I think I got like 2 wrong that week. You know what I'm saying? So follow your boy. I be giving some good advice. You know, sometimes you can look a little shaky, but you know, hey, I be here for real. You know, I'll be outside. I'll be outside giving good advice. If you want some money from me or put together a parlay with some of the advice I gave you, took out the bias ones with NFC South, I get it. But hey, man, I'm here to give you guys advice every week. So use it as you will. If you're down to make some donations, I ain't got no Patreon yet. I'll make a Patreon real soon, but hopefully AKA's been putting my Cash App up there so you can just donate if you'd like. Let me know I've been doing a good job. Week 10's coming up Thursday right now. Raiders Broncos is going on. It doesn't look the best, man. I think I've been duped again unless Bo Nix does something in the end of the game to surprise me. I'm gonna have to sweat it out. I got 2 players in this game. If I don't perform in fantasy, bro, I'm cooked. So I'm playing against the number 1 team in the league. I'm hoping the Broncos pull this out. They should pull this out, so I'm picking the Broncos. It's still early enough for me to pick that. Falcons versus the Colts in Indianapolis. I got the Colts winning their favor by 6.5. They're playing the Falcons, so it's kind of obvious that I'm picking them. Panthers versus the Saints. Ooh. I got Rico Dowdle, and I hope he runs all over the Saints, so I'm picking the Panthers in that one. Panthers are here by 5.5 at home. I got them. Bears playing against the Giants. Bears are at home against the Giants. Bears fair by 3.5 points. I think they will keep winning, man. I don't know if the Giants have enough weapons. I want Jackson Dart to stay healthy, but he tends to try to play Superman ball, and I think that may get him into a little bit of trouble. The Bears defense is terrible, so they will be putting up points. Might be a shootout, but I got the Bears in this one. Jaguars at Texans. I got the Jags in this one. Texans. Ooh, I think, yeah. Stroud got a nasty concussion, got blasted in the last game, so he's going to be out. Davis Mills is going to be starting. So with that alone, I got Jacksonville winning. Bills versus Dolphins in Miami. I got Bills winning. They're favored by 9.5 points. I think they'll cover that. Ravens at Minnesota. I got the Ravens winning again. Lamar's back. I think the Ravens keep rolling. Browns at the Jets. I think the Browns will win this one. The Jets, no offense, traded everybody, no congruency. People that are still there will probably be hella mad. So I got the Browns beating the Jets in New York. They're here by 2.5. I think they'll cover. Patriots at Bucks. I got the Bucks at home against the Patriots, of course. Baker coming back, getting back to the status he was before. The last 2 weeks, he was dealing with a quad and knee injury, not able to make plays out of the pocket like he was before, stepping the throws, hitting Buka. Egbuka's going to be a couple of weeks better from that hamstring injury, I believe. Our defensive pieces are coming back that we need. Gadecki may be right back at right tackle, maybe getting our right guard back. So we're getting a lot of pieces back, and I think this is going to be a good warm-up for us. We'll play the Bills and the Rams in succession after this game. And I feel like, again, the Patriots have been playing a little bit easier teams. We are at home. I think we'll do what it takes to beat this team and just move on and just prove to people that we have what it takes to beat better teams. People think that we're just winning last minute, getting lucky against bad teams, but I think we'll be able to show in these next couple games that we're up to the test. Cardinals at Seattle. Seattle's favored by 6.5 points. I'm going for the upset here. I'm picking the Cardinals. Again, Seahawks, I feel like they be getting lucky. And Sam Darnold, I don't think is not out of the Sam Darnold status yet. I think he's still Sam Darnold, you feel me? I think he's still prone to mistakes, as we saw against the Bucks, as we saw against the 49ers. I think that's still in him, and I think the Cardinals will get lucky just to play spoiler against the Seahawks. Lions at Commanders. Lions will win this. They lost last week, and Commanders are starting Marcus Mariota. Nothing against him. I just feel like, the Lions are on revenge mode for losing last week. Let's see. 49ers and Rams. Rams at 49ers. I think Rams are going to win in Levi just because I think 49ers are too injured. And some of the teams that they're playing that are full strength against their injured squad proved to be too much for them. Some of the worst teams are playing against them without their starters and stuff like that. And I think they're able to do a lot more. But I think the Rams are on a mission. They could be vying for one of the top spots in the NFC. So we'll see what happens with that. I still, like I said, I still think the Rams win, but I think the 49ers will make it tough. This is a division game, and Steelers at the Chargers. Ooh, it's gonna be a good game. Both teams have something to prove. I think it'll be a close game. I think Chargers will stick it out at the end just because they're at home, and Steelers are good, but I don't think they're that good yet. I think it's only a 2.5 point spread, and I think the Chargers will cover that win by 3 with Dicker the kicker. Monday Night Football, you got Eagles at Packers. Packers losing to the Panthers last week kind of show what the Packers really are. But I would love for them to beat the Eagles just to bring them down a peg. They trade fast. They trade for all the players every fucking year. Get everybody swooped up on that defense and still to barely beat Patrick Mahomes. Actually, they whipped their ass last year in the Super Bowl, but we'll see what happens this year. I'm just tired of seeing the Eagles in the Super Bowl and winning so much off some stack the decks type shit. You know what I mean? But I'm picking the Packers to win at home and rebound off that Panthers loss. So to go over those, I got the Broncos hopefully winning at home against the Raiders, Colts at home against the Falcons. I have the Panthers winning at home against the Saints, Bears winning at home against the Giants, Jags winning in Houston. I have the Bills winning in Miami. I have the Ravens winning in Minnesota, Browns winning in New York. I have the Bucks winning in Tampa. I have the I have the Cardinals upsetting the Seahawks at home in Seattle. I have the Lions beating the Commanders at home. Well, in Washington. I have the Rams winning in Levi against the 49ers. I have the Chargers winning at home against the Steelers, and I have the Packers winning at home against the Eagles. So do what you will with those suggestions there. And do as you may. Hey, Prize Picks, if you want to get on here, sponsor us. And like I say this every week, but if you want to email me, hit us up. You know where to find us. We can do some prop bets here. And I'll be more than happy to get somebody on and talk about some props and get people into that too. Avid Prize Pick people here. So yeah, holla at your boy. But yeah, NFL is in the books. But I will say fantasy has a little bit bigger of a story to tell, baby. We back on the winner's board, baby. Last week was a crazy game for me. I only won because Dak Prescott threw the interception at the end of the game. Thank you, Dak, for trying to be a hero. You're down by 10. I would have just took the sack or something, but the interception, I appreciate you. I ended up winning, 123 to 122. And it was a lot less than that. It was point something. But I ain't gonna bore y'all with the details. Just know I'm back up. It's still alive at 3-6, baby. Making my run, trying to make 6th place to get back in the playoff hunt to win this shit, baby. I'm trying, man. Just I gotta make the playoffs, and if I don't make the playoffs, I can't get last. K-Swag, I'm sorry, 0-9. It's probably gonna be you. You'll play somebody for the last place game. So if you play somebody for the last place game and win that one, that'd be the best game to win because, bro, if you go winless throughout the season, that punishment for last place is going to be terrible. But for some of the other games this week, 11 seed now, Cam's Catering, lost to Shenanigans, the 3 seed, 121 to 291. Hot Boys was able to win against Sean's championship team, 125 to 67. Josh Darnett lost to Primetime Pope, 163 to 162. K-Swag lost to Jet 2 Holiday, 132 to 113. After Jet 2 Holiday thought he was going to lose. He had 5 players to 2, up like 30, and he thought he was going to lose. Used the reverse Uno card to have karma go in his way. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know a little bit something about that because when I was losing and Dak Prescott got sacked 3 times and didn't lose no points, I was talking about I hate football and nobody deserves to win and football is stupid and this shit's rigged. Hey, bro, I was down bad. But once Dak threw that interception, I was back. So we gonna see. But again, K-Swag, 0-9. That's crazy. Jordan Love Island lost to CD's Nuts, 120 to 107. We needed the first place team to lose. Thank you for that. The crowd is moving way closer together, especially with me winning another game, and I'm getting closer to the pack as well. It is week 10 now, I believe, and we have, if I don't believe, 4 more weeks. Week 14, I think, is the start of the playoffs. So we have 4 more weeks to do some work, and the matchups is getting close. The records are getting close. Let's go over those. Jordan Love Island in first place at 7-2. Primetime Pope in second place at 6-3. Third place Shenanigans at 6-3. Hot Boys in fourth place at 6-3. Josh Darnett in fifth at 5-4. Jet 2 Holiday in sixth at 5-4. Seventh place is Armpit at 5-4. Eighth place is CD's Nets at 4-5. Ninth place is Sean's championship team at 4-5. Me, I'm in 10th place at 3-6. Cam's Catering's in 11th at 3-6. And 0-9. That's K-Swag bringing up the rear. Pause at 12. You guys, it's been a strongly fought year. No complaints, no argument. Well, there's been arguments, but not too much like dispute in the league. I'm loving what's happening right now. It's getting really close to the playoff push. Like I said, 4 weeks left. There's buys. There's been crazy injuries. Me personally, I've lost 4 people to injury, 3 on the IR, 1 to season-long injury. Some of them may as well be season-long injury because they're not coming back until after week 14. So unless I'm in the playoffs, it don't matter at all. So we're going to see what happens with fantasy. Of course, you're going to hear a lot more from me about it here. We keep it going all the time with that. So stay tuned. If you want to be in the league, you already know what to do. Hit me somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody drops out, you'll be the first person I call. $100 buy-in. We're trying to get some more money. I'm trying to do side bets and stuff along the way. Maybe next year we'll get a lot more organized. I always kind of forget and it kind of just comes around and I'll be doing my research and not putting much into how I'm going to set up everything in the league. I try to leave that till day of and then people kind of get drunk and just kind of forget about it. But that's cool. But more coming. NBA check-in. Nuggets is looking great, man. I like the continuity of how our team is looking. Starters, of course. Christian Brown's making jumps. Having Jamal be healthy from the beginning of the season is incredible. Jokic is being Jokic. Almost averaged a triple-double last night. He dropped 33, 15, and 16. Going crazy. The additions of Bruce Brown coming back is a good jolt off the bench. Our tough guy, our dog out there making everybody mad. Tim Hardaway is our shooter off the bench. Our veteran that's not afraid to take the big shot. Will take the big shot, and he's making them. It's crazy. Big Val. Valanciunas is a bully out there, second big, will take his shots, make his shots, get to the free throw line, get rebounds, block shots. Peyton Watson's next step has been incredible, blocking shots, making threes, doing what the team needs him to do, being a utility player. Who else? Cam Johnson still kind of feeling his way in. Pause. Playing good defense, but his shot's not really there. When Jokic dishes him the ball in good positions, he doesn't always make the shots, but his teammates got his back and are able to get rebounds, make shots for him on the other, or make defensive stops and make shots for him when the ball comes back down on the other side to get his confidence up. But it'll come together. Though he's not as productive as Michael Porter right now, I still feel like his contract and us being able to get the other pieces around to give our players a break, man. There's been to the games where we don't see Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray. I'm like, where the boys at? But you have the backups able to give valuable minutes and give our starters breaks, and I like to see it, and I like what we're doing right now. We're 5-2, looking good. Not 7-2 like the Lakers are right now. Austin Reeves, Luka doing their things individually. And when they're not playing together, players on the team, Ayton, Marcus Smart, Rui are stepping it up and showing they can be commodities when LeBron, Luka, or Austin Reeves may be out, which is kind of proven to maybe have Austin Reeves be kind of expendable, man, if they trade him and maybe get some stuff back to kind of solidify the team around Luka and LeBron this season to help them make a push. They are, I think, the 2 seed right now at 7-2, so they're looking real good. Beat Wembanyama in the rising Spurs right now. The Spurs fell like the 5th. They were sitting in first place at undefeated for a while, but they lost a couple of games. OKC lost their first game. Their continuity was looking good, but man, I don't really mess with them that much. But I'm happy to see that they lost to the Blazers of all people, with all the gambling disputes and stuff that Chauncey Billups and all them boys is going through. For their team and Tiago Splitter to have them beating good teams. They beat us. They beat the Warriors. They just beat OKC when they're undefeated. So they're looking good. The East is still kind of crazy right now. The Bulls and the Detroit Pistons are in first place. The Warriors are looking good with their veterans, man, and some of their new additions. Moody is stepping in. Kuminga stepping in. Will Richard, their rookie, is getting rebounds, making plays for him. Post is looking good. Pajinski. So the West is kind of looking tough. Houston's finally getting it together. We have Philly with Edgecombe and Maxey doing their thing. Holding it down while Paul George and Embiid are getting better. So the NBA is back in full swing. The play-in tournament has started. We lost our game in crazy fashion to, well, some weird shit to the Blazers, but I won't complain too much. I think it was bullshit. But ultimately, we lost our first game. We got to play everybody. It's a round robin type of thing. But I think we have a chance to win it this year. Not only the tournament, but the whole championship. I think we're looking good, man. It's early, but again, I think our depth and knock on wood, barring health, anybody getting hurt, I think we have a good place. We're going to end up high in the rankings on the Western Conference, and we'll see what happens during trade deadline. I don't think we'll make any moves. We have some pieces that could be traded now, since we do have some players coming in, the Strothers of the world. I don't know. I think I still like our guys, Strother, Pickett, Najee, those guys, just in case some of the guys get hurt. I like our team right now, so everything's looking up and up. What else I got on here for the NBA? Chicago, shout out them, Giddy and them, looking good. But lastly in sports, before we get up out of here, before I get our AKA in the building, shout out to the Dodgers, man. As much as it pains me to say, back-to-back champions. Shout out everybody out there. Freddie, of course, Mookie, Ohtani, Clayton Kershaw going out with the bang. From watching the game, Pages for making that catch in over your homie while the bases were loaded. That's nuts. Yamamoto looking crazy. The team is incredibly stacked. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I kind of leave my congratulations to a minimum when it comes to them. They won the championship, and I got some friends that are Dodgers fans, so I will give them their just due. Congratulations to you guys. You're a good team. But, salary cap thing, I'm going to leave that under wraps. I ain't going to go too much into it because it's not time for that. Hey, congratulations to y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy it, because you got one more week to celebrate, and then we on to next season. Yeah, and then we on to next season. I know that the Atlanta Braves didn't make the playoffs this year. We were pretty bad. Acuna is going to make his comeback. Matt Olson won a Golden Glove for first base. We got a new manager. He was our bench coach. Let me just make sure I have I forgot his name. See? Yeah, here we go. Walt Wise. He's our new manager, being promoted from bench coach. He's been with the He's been with the team for a little bit. We didn't go out and get a big name. Didn't get Chipper Jones to be our manager. We went from the inside and promoted the brother. Hopefully, not big brother, but hopefully, he's able to make some noise, get our players in the right position to make something happen. Yeah, we should be making noise, especially in our division, man. The Mets and the Phillies are just taking shit and running away with it right now, and I don't like that shit, man. We need to take shit back over and have the shit run through Atlanta, win another championship, and get it done. But shout out to the Dodgers. It's not about us right now. It's about the Dodgers. Shout out y'all. And hey, LA's up again over Toronto. What can I say? But that's it for sports right now. AKA should be coming soon. Pause. So let's take this little break right here, refresh, get some water and stuff, and let's get into some of this pop culture with an AKA. It's the Best of Bias Podcast, episode 263. We'll be back in the place to be. Yeah, we'll be right back. What's up, everybody? We back. Oh, let me get this microphone closer to me so y'all can hear me. We back in this thing. It's episode 263. It's the Best of Bias season 4. And we got AKA in the building. I promised you guys this episode we wasn't only going to do sports. We got some pop culture in the building. We got some anime talk in the building. Let's get right to it. AKA, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I ain't working, so yeah.
There we go. There we go. We're last time I saw you, we was on the cruise, cruising
Yeah.
around the world. I guess it wasn't the world, it was to Mexico. We saw a lot of Ensenada. I guess
Basically LA.
exactly. I mean, it's in its name, right? Ensenada. Not much to do. We went to Papa's and beer, and that's about it. But shout out Mexico. I've been to a lot of places out there, Cozumel, Cabo. What's the other place besides Cabo that everybody goes to? I don't think I've been to
Cancun.
Cancun. That's the one. That's the one. I
Mhm.
haven't been to Tulum, but I've been to Cancun and all the other stuff. But it's always a good time. We'll be back very soon. But are you ready to talk some bias today?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
We got some catching up to do. Firstly, actually, before we get into the anime stuff, I know you like boxing. I know you probably don't like this guy too much, but you hear about the Jake Paul and Tank fight being canceled?
Yeah. I mean, I don't dislike Jake. I don't think it's like I don't consider him a boxer. He's like an exhibitionist, you know what I'm saying? Like he ain't really fighting nothing that I would say could put him in the rankings. He's fighting against like old people and like MMA fighters and shit, or football players or something. So it's like, or
Why
basketball
do you
players, my
why do
bad.
you think he doesn't fight like regular fighters at this point? Do you think he's scared?
I think well, one of them is yeah, it's probably I don't know about scary. I just think it wouldn't like progress his money if he would to get out there with a real like fighter around his weight class and get his ass dogged out. Then it wouldn't like people wouldn't really pay to see it anymore because it's kind of like the Mayweather effect where Mayweather was talking shit a lot and people hated him, so they would pay to come see him
Yeah,
and he was winning, so everybody really paid to come see him lose, other than like people who are actually fans of his. But like a lot of the population paid to see him lose, and with Jake Paul, it's kind of the same thing. It's
yeah,
like they want to see him lose. So whenever he'll get a name of somebody who is a combat sports person, but is not necessarily a boxer, and people are like, "Oh, this person's gonna beat him," this and that, and he'll get inside the ring with them, and of course they're not boxers, so and he's been just like exclusively training in boxing. So they're paying to come see him. They're paying to see him get beat. If he was to get out there with a real boxer and get beat, they'll pay for that fight. But then after that,
it'd
it's
be
gonna be
nothing.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, unless he fights against somebody else, but everybody's gonna be like, well, why aren't you fighting a real fighter anymore? You got scared. So it's like he's smart in the business sense of trying to just keep that money coming. And if he was to get in there with like an Anthony Joshua or something like that, they would fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? Like his best bet is to go against like a Francis Ngannou, but Francis is a pretty decent boxer and is way fucking bigger than him, and I think that'd be bad for him. But
damn.
you
I would
know,
just hope that he was getting better at this point, and just at this point, just go and fight real fighters and try to go up the ranks, and you
well,
can
he
be a
was,
bigger draw because I don't think this Netflix shit. I don't think it's gonna work anymore. If you can't even fight Tank, I don't think it's gonna work.
and I mean that was like his claim to fame would be, oh, I fought against a real boxer who's currently like one of the best boxers right now, and but he's also like 100 pounds lighter than you, so it's like where is where's the competition in that? Now, granted, do I think Tank could have beat him? Yeah. Anyway, like Tank, I've seen little guys beat big guys multiple times. That's not a big deal. But the simple fact that like you not trying to fight somebody in your weight class shows that you're trying to keep that, you're trying to keep the it's kind of like cherry picking. You ever heard of that?
That is kind of crazy, actually, now that I think about it. Tank is hell smaller
Hella
than
small, but you know what cherry picking is?
well,
That's what
not in the sense of boxing, no.
Well, basically, in like for fighters who are trying to like keep their career,
Mm,
like going they or build their career up, they will fight fighters that are strategically like style wise, they have an advantage, in winning. So with him, of course, like skill wise, he's not been fighting nowhere near as long as Tank and nowhere near as good as Tank, but he has that advantage of size. So he figures, okay, if it's that much of an advantage of size, it gives you a way better chance of winning, or it gives you like a less of a chance of getting knocked out by this dude and getting embarrassed. So then,
yeah.
if oh, he put up a good fight. But everybody's a real boxing fan is gonna be like, you're like 100 pounds heavier than this dude. Like you were supposed to put up a good fight against him.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll see. We'll see. It's just kind of interesting. They say it's because of like some domestic violence stuff on Tank's side, but I don't know. I don't know if me personally, if he does something stupid enough to fuck up a Netflix bag, then he doesn't deserve the opportunity. But at the same time, it could be some bullshit behind the scenes that they just saying just to
Yeah,
because it's
and
probably his
somebody
luck and
could
he
have.
returns.
Yeah, somebody. It might have been strategic too, on the sense of like, hey, I really don't want to fight this dude. Let's just try and get the hype up, and then we can go ahead and throw somebody else in there. But I think that opens up Tank to go back and actually fight a real boxer instead of doing this. I know he was just doing it for money, but it's like you still got to go redeem yourself, not redeem, but go back and fight against Roach again to make sure to like quiet all the naysayers about that last fight. And he got Shakur still, he could fight. He got some names out there, but he
Yeah,
just, he's talking about retirement and stuff. And it's like, he still got so much more to do in the game. He's still young. Why are you trying to retire so early?
yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know,
Because yeah, shit off. Yeah, he does get into a lot of shit off outside of the ring.
he does. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't know why we started with that because that's not even what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
I'm coming in here for, well, you are, one of the boxing enthusiasts on the pod. So I'm bringing you here today to talk about another thing that we bring you here for. One of the enthusiasts of, well, kind of a backwards guy sentence, but we both like anime, and we've both been watching a lot, talking a lot about anime and stuff like that. And we don't talk enough about that on the pod. I know it's been sports heavy, so for all my anime listeners out there, we be outside with it. I'll be at the cons with it. You already know. You can see my background, how I get down. So for my core Best of Bias fans out there and listeners, let's get into some shit. So what are you watching right now? Let's start with that. What are you
So
watching?
right now, I got My Hero, and I hate to pause it because it's definitely still playing in the background. But I'm watching the final season of My Hero. It's picking up. It's pretty good, like as far
Yeah.
as action wise, characters getting killed and whatnot.
Yep.
Uh, I caught back up on One Piece. It's pretty epic right now. I know you ain't. Yeah, like, are you there yet? I think you are. So
I'm on the newest season, but I haven't caught all the way up because I haven't sat down to watch the fucking dubs. I mean
oh yeah,
the subs.
subs.
So
Yeah, I watched all that shit.
I just hate
Yeah,
how they put those subs out so slowly. I get it. You want everybody to watch it in subs, everyone is current, but bro, I'm not trying
we'll
to
see.
wait 6 months to watch it, and I should not be so lazy and just watch it. But
They got to do like good dubs, because if they put them out too quick, you get those like annoying ones you really don't want to hear, like the old days. That's why like back when anime was like first like getting popular over here, everybody was like watching subs and they wouldn't watch the dubs because it seemed annoying the way they talked and stuff like that. I'm not saying the voice actors weren't good. It was just they weren't like honed in to like talking and like just I don't know, the acting wasn't
maybe
there.
they've become divas now because the voice actors now are really, really popular. They're
Exactly. And they're
really, really
good
popular.
too.
Yeah,
And it's a lot better. So it's like
yeah.
I went back to watch Naruto and I can't watch it dub because it just I in my head I watched it dub, but when I went back and watched it dub, I'm like, oh, this sounds horrible. And then I
It's
realized
so
I want to watch
different.
the sub. Yeah.
And it's crazy because the Japanese voice actors will not come to America for any of the cons. Their signatures and autographs are so much more expensive. But the American voice actors in America, they're so fucking popular.
Yeah.
They charge so much for pictures, like autographs and like I know so many voice actors now that I never thought I would know based off of watching anime. But I don't
Mhm.
know if I would be the same. if I well maybe it would if I watched the or use subs more. You know what I mean? But since I do watch dubs a lot more, I've gotten to know a lot of actors and the other stuff that they do. Like Chris Sabat has become one of my my favorite voice actors, voice actor of Zorro and Vegeta. Um,
Hmm.
who else? He does a whole bunch of shit. Who else? Of course, Johnny Young Bosch from fucking Power Rangers back in the day.
Oh
He was
yeah,
the Asian one that played the Black Power Ranger. But he
yeah.
does Ichigo, fucking who else does he do? I have some of this shit from him back here. I think he was Broly, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he was Broly. But
Okay.
yeah, he does a bunch of shit. But um what else are you watching? My bad. Sorry to interrupt there.
Gotcha. I've been watching. It's all right. I'm not like super into it, but it's pretty entertaining.
I
It
like
feels
it a
like
lot.
it's getting better. You like
Yeah.
that one? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it has potential. Definitely has potential. I love the anime style.
Mhm.
The yeah, animation is awesome. Demon Slayer. The movie was a shit. I don't know if you still haven't seen that
I
yet.
haven't seen Infinity Castle yet. I've been trying to stream it illegally. I'm sorry. I should be going out there to support. I really should. And fucking the Demon Slayer movie, what is it called? The Reze arc. I don't know if they're doing something where they're doing the next arc in movie form. And I don't
Probably.
fuck, I
I
don't
think they're
like
gonna do that.
well, I'm gonna watch it regardless, but they're probably not coming out with season three for a long time anyway, the next arc
Well, they
for a
said they
long
weren't
time.
going to put it on Crunchyroll, so I guess they're trying to rock with it in the theater because it did so well. And I mean, the animation obviously is great. Demon Slayer is always great, but the
Yeah.
story is awesome. They make Tanjiro. I always forget. Yeah, I'm horrible with their names, but
Yeah.
Tanjiro, they made him. He's a G in there.
He's supposed to be. It's build up for him to be a G.
Yeah. I
To
mean,
get to this
so
point.
is the little screaming motherfucker
Zenitsu.
Zetsu. Yeah, Zenitsu. Yeah, he's a G in there too.
Yeah.
It's just, but then like it kind of ends on the cliffhanger, obviously, because just like
They're
the
extending
training
it.
boost. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's not extended; it's part of the other season. So
Hmm.
they made it into a movie. You can tell that it's like missing stuff out of it, but it's still really good. What else am I watching?
Because they go into that shit, the Infinity Castle towards the end of the last season. So you're kind of
Exactly.
already seen a lot of that part. So I'm sure they're
Yeah.
going to extend all the fights. They're going to, oh, this is part
Well,
one of some more
yeah.
shit.
They kind of just like jumped in from that part from
Yeah.
where they all fell through the ground
Got
and
trapped.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was dope though.
It
Shit was dope.
was. It's gonna be. I mean, it's dope. It's a lot. It's pretty much all action. I mean, like how Demon Slayer always does backstories, so they go ahead and
Oh
jump into the
yeah. I
backstories
kind
and
of
shit.
already know what it's going to be. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to see it because I already know it's going to be some backstory and they're going to have all the individual fights going
Hmm.
between all of them, which is going to be the length of the movie. I get it, but
Yep.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's still good though.
Yeah,
It's
of
still
course.
really good.
Of course. That's always how it is.
Yeah, it's worth watching. I
Hmm.
liked it a lot. I want to see it again. But I also watched it illegally because I don't be going no fucking place. I just work, go to the gym, that's it.
Hmm.
But they removed the subtitles off of it, so now you can't unless you know how to speak Japanese. You're not really watching it, and I only know Skoshi, a little bit of Japanese, not enough. And then I've been watching Kaiju number 8?
Hmm.
That one they ended the second season like kind of the same way, just like a cliffhanger where I'm thinking it's more episodes. And I'm like, well, man, it's been like 3 weeks. Why don't they put another episode? I have to look it up, find out that that's the end of that season. And they haven't even announced the next season. So you got to pretty much wait for
Bro,
that. So it
and
pissed
that's how
me
they're
off.
making their money now. They just drop a whole bunch of Funko Pops for it right after they drop the show to keep people going, and then the next season comes out 2 years later. And
Yeah,
they're doing a good job of that now.
especially because this season, like they didn't even, I don't know if you watched it, right? The
Mhm.
second season. Like the first season, they had a lot of him, because they were kind of introducing him as a character. So he was getting to turn into the Kaiju number 8 and whoop ass and stuff for the most part, turning people into juice and shit. But in this one, like it was mostly showing the captains and other people fight, and he wasn't really doing anything the whole time. They were kind of suppressing him because of, the shit where he like was kind of turning into a kaiju a little bit. So you really get to see him at the very last episode where he finally gets to use his power, and before you even get to see him use his power, it cuts off. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, you can see it next season. It's like, motherfucker, like, That's what I've been waiting for. I've been like, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of action, and I get to see all these other captains, get down and fight. I see his best friend, getting that new suit and whatnot. But then it's like
And the rich
once
girl's dad get taken out by kaiju number, was it, what was it, nine?
nine, yeah, and yeah, that was a good ass fight scene
Yeah.
too. And like that's the only real time you get to see him fight is there. And then when you want to see him like really get down after he's done a little bit of training and stuff, you want to see if that helped him out, and it just cuts off. And it's like,
Like, that's how
yeah.
they doing it, man. That's how they doing.
But
I've seen a lot of timelines for these shows, and they're gonna string us along. Have you read the manga or something before the shit comes out so you can
you
get
know, I
caught up?
will.
Yeah.
Definitely will. Like I've been reading One Punch Man because I just get tired of waiting for the animes to come out. So I don't think I've even watched any anime of One Punch Man forever. I just read the manga.
And,
And
yeah, I watch it on Hulu now too, trying to catch up, but they have so many fucking ads, bro. You're not gonna add me
everything.
to death on a 20-minute episode. That is shit
Well,
is annoying.
I feel like we got streaming like services to get rid of the commercials, and they're like, you know what? Nope. We gonna give you these commercials. We gonna make
What
our money.
what they did is like, oh yeah, we're gonna raise the price, but if you have ads, we'll give you this. We'll keep it the same price, but you have to throw ads in there. But if you
Yep.
pay 29.99, you can have ad free.
I
But
even see Netflix throwing ads in occasionally, and it's like, what the fuck?
yeah,
Like I ain't never seen that.
yeah,
But
it's Netflix secretly raises their price and, t and threatens you. It's like we're raising your price next week, okay? So if you
yeah,
don't want
no,
it, this will be
we
your
just
last
telling
month.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and Disney Plus is buying everything.
Yeah.
So yeah. So but anyways, let me see what I said here. What you're watching. So that brings what I'm watching. I'm pretty much watching the same shit. Like I said, I watch a little bit of everything. I try to get all the way up until the newest episode to where I can not have to watch the dubs or the
Yeah.
subs.
So I feel you.
So I'm all the way up to One Piece. One Piece, I'm gonna ask your top three anime of all time in a minute, but One Piece I hold really dear to my heart because I started from the
Yeah.
very, 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 very beginning,
Same
and
here.
I watched every single one of the episodes. Well, the first couple arcs I did until I found out where I can skip the fillers, and I sat there and did it, and I got caught up in the fact I went and saw the English premiere of the newest arc, the first two episodes at San Diego Comic-Con with the voice actor of Luffy on stage, presented it, the American voice actor. It
Hmm.
was one of the dopest things ever. Now every time I hear the new theme song, it just reminds me of Comic-Con. It was like the sickest shit of all time. But in so many stories, so much story, so many characters, One Piece is just the shit. Um, Fuck, I don't even know how you say that name. I keep forgetting. I've tried to practice saying the name for this episode. Gaio Makia, whatever. I think that's how you say it. The garbage one, where the
Hmm.
spirits throw all the garbage down and shit
Yeah,
like that.
is that what it's called? I
I,
call it gotcha. I don't know. I
I
don't know
think
what the fuck it's called.
I tried it. It's IA. Yeah. Anyways, I got all the way up until to where the secretary, the black girl, was fighting,
Okay,
and how they're just
I haven't got I haven't watched that one yet, but yeah.
okay, they describe how the I forgot what they call them, the essential items or whatever they are. They have some that are used for offense and some that are used for defense. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So they kind of show her and what her powers are, and she fucking gets down. She's like, "Oh damn, why are you not in the field?" And she's like,
Yeah.
"Nah, I use my shit for defense." And it shows why she's fucking epic as fuck.
Also, I think it's dope that like this is like one of the first animes where like black folks are like
Black.
in like a place of authority, and they're actually black in general, but
Yeah.
they're in a place of authority in some way.
Hmm.
They also have villains who are black too, but it's like typically you don't see black characters, and if they are, they're like some side character with big ass lips or something like that. It's
Right.
like
Right.
so I like the fact they're at least like showing like the individuality of it. It's a lot of stylized art in it, you know. It's a good show. I just like I said, like the story wise they haven't really revealed a lot yet, so I haven't got
Right.
attached to it, you know.
Hmm.
But it's good though.
Yeah,
I
they
like it.
haven't though. They haven't because the whole story about who killed his fucking his father figure dude, they kind of just left that part of it alone.
I mean, I think there's a purpose to that, but I
Yeah, but
think
it's so
that
much episodes, so many episodes that have passed since then.
yeah, exactly. I think it's just moving a little slow. Like there's not a lot in the episodes when they have them. I've noticed like the episodes don't move very fast, but they're still decent. I like them, and I feel like in time maybe that's a good enough story to where to build up and attach you. Because even I mean, One Piece was like that. It took forever for me to get into that. And I love One Piece, but it took a while for me to really get into that. Like, oh, this is the show that I'm gonna watch. And like, it
Yeah.
took all the way up until like Nami's arc when they were fighting against the fishmen who were like terrorizing her island. That was like my turning point to where okay, I like this show. When you can make villains that like, I think that's another thing is like the villains are on there, and of course they're like sinister, like the black dude with the dreads and stuff. But like you don't really like hate the villains yet. You don't have that like desire to see them get fucked up like you
I
are, see like
personally
messed up
think
like you
there's
did.
too many good guys. So one of the good guys, maybe even the leader, the guy that took him in at first, is going to flip to be a bad guy.
Possibly. I don't know. I don't think there's too many good. I like the good guys. I mean, because if you think about it, what is it again? Attack on Titans had a ton of good guys too. And of course they did do that thing where they had people flip, but they had a ton of good guys. And I think that when you do that, and you're good, you're like able to make you connect with a lot of the good guys, you can then use them as like martyrs
Yeah,
to like attach people more because now you're like more invested in that person than they get took out.
I feel
So
that. Yeah, that happens a
it
lot now.
happens.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
So since we've been talking about what we're watching, yeah, top three anime. Let's do that real quick.
My
Top
top
three.
three of all time.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I still like the original Full Metal Alchemist, not Brotherhood. Brotherhood's good though, but the original one where they went past the manga and started making their own story, I just thought the writers did a good job of making that story different, and it was like more detail into like characters. It wasn't like Brotherhood's more like a battle manga, a battle anime, where it's
Hmm.
just like all about fighting. They don't really care about going too in depth into the story. They do have like other characters that aren't in the original anime, but I don't know. The backstory for the original anime is yeah, it's just more intricate.
Hmm.
And so there's that. I'm always gonna say that one. One Piece, obviously. Uh, and right now, shit, of all time. There's a lot because I really like Hunter X Hunter, so I can't really just throw that out
Yeah,
there. But I'm also really liking Demon Slayer a lot. So
Demon Slayer is dope.
yeah, so that one's hard. The final won't be hard. Those first two I can definitely put in there. Um, but it's a toss up between like Hunter X Hunter and Demon Slayer right now.
I feel that.
Those are the
Yeah.
ones that I'm like I get really invested in when I can they have like rewatch potential to me. Yeah.
Me personally, since I'm kind of rewatching a lot of stuff and rewatching some stuff for the first time, so I'm definitely for sure gonna say One Piece as one of the top three. Me personally, I really like JJK. Really big Gojo fan. Uh, Straight hands pretty much all the time. Still trying to
Yeah.
understand what the fuck Gojo's powers actually
It's
do.
crazy. Yeah, his power's like
Yeah,
God mode. But it's
yeah.
dope ass anime though.
It
Dope ass
is.
anime.
It is. And I'm still trying to understand the power levels too. So I'm trying to understand what Sukuna is ultimately about to really do and how powerful he is compared to Gojo. There's a lot of stuff that's gone unsaid in the first season. I rewatched the first season, second season too, a couple of times. Uh, but very interesting, very intricate to me. I'm always going to be a DBZ fan. I'm rewatching DBZ a lot, watching Super. But me, again, I get bored a lot in these arcs where they stay on the same shit for 45 episodes.
The planet's gonna blow up in 3 seconds. 10
Right,
episodes later, we have one
right.
second left. You tell me all that shit
It's
happened
like,
in
bro,
like 2 seconds? All right.
yeah, it's not it. And that makes me really like the newer shit that's coming out now, Dan to Dan and Sakamoto Days, because I'm a big fan of One Punch
Mhm.
Man. Sakamoto
Yeah,
Days kind of keeps that energy, but at the
yeah,
same time, it still does a good job of introducing you to new characters, telling you a lot about the Assassins Guild and shit like that.
yeah. And at least the main character isn't like invincible. He's a badass, but he's not invincible. They talk about how his power level isn't like as good as it used to be. Saitama, whatever his name is, that motherfucker is literally invincible. They play off the fact that he just is so nonchalant and doesn't really care and doesn't like jump in the fights. But if he was to be like, I'm gonna fuck everybody up, he can fuck everybody up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was watching the episode where they're in the fucking tournament and he's fighting everybody just
With that
because.
wig on.
Yeah, and he's fighting the last dudes trying to smack the shit out of him. This was just sliding. Just
Yeah.
sliding. Like, damn, okay, well.
And then that big ass monster, he already get back to where that big ass monster came
Yeah, and try to turn everybody into monsters and
and
join the
was beating
monsters
the
or
shit out of
something.
that one martial artist and had the
Yeah.
martial artist like crying for his life and he just
Yeah.
shows up and like fucking all you see is that dude's head fly back and shit. It's like,
Yeah. Knock the shit out of him. Yeah. Yeah. I like it a lot. I like that a lot. And I don't know. Me personally, what got me in anime a lot is the character build and how there's
yeah,
so much to like in one of. They don't even give you just one main character. They're gonna have like three or four side characters that you fall in love with, and so many different the powers. I was a big Marvel and DC guy. We'll talk about that in a second, and how that's incorporated into anime and taken it on into a whole nother universe and just unlimited shit that
yeah,
you can see that they can do, the different style of art that's been coming out. I'm just been so impressed, and I'm just the world has been
yeah,
so adaptive and receptive of anime out of nowhere. Fucking sports teams and shit like that, and
yeah,
fucking shoes and fashion has all adopted anime, and out of nowhere, it's just become the coolest thing to know what anime is, and it's just
yeah.
kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's
But if
great.
you,
It's dope the way like yeah, everybody's just become like it's then before when I was younger, like I remember I used to make fun of people who watch anime and now it's like if I don't like there's some people who try and still make fun of it like oh people who watch anime, they're like, man, fuck you. Like anime, if you ain't got a good imagination and you stuck in like this, I don't know, black and white type of like existence, that's on you. I enjoy like using my imagination and like going out and experiencing different things. And if I ain't going out, I'm just watching them. But still it's like I don't know. To me, anime is it's a good escape sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and people are really worried about looking nerdy. I love the adoption of these black people calling themselves blurs and everything that people are doing in the podcast space, keeping a community around. People think you're not going to be able to get girls because you watch anime. Nigga,
Man, girls love anime.
exactly. People are starting to realize that now, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I was a closeted motherfucking anime fan the whole time," type shit. Like, okay, now when it's cool. But anyways, what is cool to everybody, I guess not really that cool. Another something that's been very popular, kind of fizzling out, man. People are saying there is fatigue in the superhero realm.
Hmm.
I want to shout out James Gunn because he is standing up because there's not, I guess there's an announcement that there hasn't been, this is the first time there's been no hip hop songs on the Billboard Top 100 in like 40 years or some shit like that. And the people are saying that hip hop might be dying type shit, some stupid ass shit. But James Gunn, leave it to a white man to come out and stand over hip hop. He
Oh,
comes up and says, "There's definitely real rap out there that's not all commercialized." He shouts out Lil Russell, which is this is
yeah,
really was really cool. And sorry that I don't have the other underground guys' names that he did mention, but Lil Russell really does stand out because, man, we've watched Lil Russell start just rapping in his backyard. You know what I'm
yeah. He
saying?
still
Making
does
his own
that.
exactly, making his own merch to meeting all these mainstream artists, becoming big time, to getting shouts out from one of the most poppin' directors in the world right now,
Yeah.
which is a crazy elevation and a crazy momentum, and yeah, it's very inspirational, and it just makes me believe, and even more so think that anything is possible. If I didn't already, if anybody out there didn't already, anything is possible, as we see. But I just say that to say James Gunn has taken over DC, as you know.
Hmm.
DC is in a weird place right now because WB is being sold, I believe.
Oh,
They're in a bidding war. Who is it? It is I believe what is it? Paramount, Apple, and Netflix are all in a bidding war to buy WB. Right now I think they're independent. But after it goes to possibly Netflix, if it goes to Apple or these other companies, they can go in a different direction when it comes to DC. Um,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But firstly, how do you feel about James Gunn's DC so far? Is it something that you thought it would be? Do you like it?
I like it. I think it's a given a different. It's less serious. I like the Superman movie. It's probably the first Superman movie that I've liked in a while since like the old ones with Christopher Reeves, only because I was a kid and that was just amazing to see that brought to actual live action. But like the other Superman movies that came out, they were okay, but like I said, they were too serious and too like I guess expected. And this one, Superman was it kind of reminded me like literally a comic book brought into like a movie, but Superman wasn't so invincible in that. I mean, he got his ass beat for like
Yeah.
80% of that movie. And I mean, he didn't seem so super, even though he was Superman. And they had other characters that were in there that were able to be standouts because of the fact that he wasn't so dominant. So that was cool. I like the way they did Lex Luthor. He was kind of just obsessive, but really intelligent. And yeah, they did a pretty good job. like it. To me, I thought the movie was good.
Yeah,
You know, it was
yeah.
better than I expected it to be.
Do you think his style, people are kind of complaining about his like style, where there's too much comedy and the kind of Guardians of the Galaxy tropes that he brought over? They think that he's always going to be kind of playful, get his jokes in there. The reason, or the way that he made Crypto look like his dog and not really Crypto, the super dog from DC lore. Do you think he'll be able to carry the seriousness of the DC, or do you think it's all going to be kind of in the lighthearted like Guardians of the Galaxy and jokey like James Gunn?
To be honest, I'm not like super familiar with every movie he's made, but I know a lot of them, and typically they are a little bit more goofy and funny. And I think that they've done well with that. Like Guardians of the Galaxy was like for them to be such a like not as popular Marvel group, and he made them super popular just by bringing them to like live action and giving it his own style. And I mean, it works. I don't see if it's an issue with it. Like if it stops working, then hopefully he's a good enough director to where he can bleed in that seriousness. Um, I don't think he wasn't the one that made that Superman movie where it wasn't really Superman. It was like a dark version of Superman. What was it called again?
Brightburn or some shit. I don't
Was
think
that
that
him
was.
too?
I don't think
Oh,
that was
okay.
him. So he's done the Guardians of the Galaxies. He's done Peacemaker.
Which is
Um,
hilarious, but great. It's a
yeah,
great
the
show.
newest Suicide Squad, not the first
Yeah,
one.
I know he did that
He
one. That
did
was just
the
also
new.
great.
Yeah. So he has a good resume. I like him a lot too, but I feel like
Yeah.
people are really, DC side of things, really big on Superman, taking him super seriously. He hasn't really have a plan for Batman yet. You have the Christopher Reeves one, what Christopher Nolan. What's his name? Is it
Christopher
Chris?
Allen, the one where with the
Bam,
new Batman.
yeah, Pattinson.
Yeah, which wasn't a bad movie either. I didn't think it was a bad movie. I thought I wasn't gonna like it, and I actually liked it a lot.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty,
The suit
we
looked stupid as hell, but it was
yes,
it
yes.
was a
It was
good movie.
early years
Yeah,
Batman, so he hasn't really got it down yet. Hasn't met
yeah.
Morgan Freeman yet. Just kidding.
But I don't think like that if they were to bring that Batman into this like universe, his fighting skill was more like realistic. It was kind of like the other Batman movies, but I thought it was really good fighting. But I don't see it like being like able to compete with the superheroes from
Yeah.
the Superman movie.
Hmm.
He wouldn't be able to get down like that. But maybe they can always like alter it and like stretch it up because the Batman that what was the one they had and was it not Justice League but Batman versus Superman?
Mm.
Like the way he was fighting in that was how I would expect him to like make Batman fight in these movies where he's just
Yeah.
like hopping around, just tearing shit up. Like he's almost like hey, like he has superpowers damn near, even though we know he doesn't. He's just like a ninja. Like,
Hmm.
but maybe like you said, it's early, so maybe they can like develop him more and add some
Yeah,
little bit
because
of
he's
camera
still the
magic to it.
adolescent, emotional, not really accepting that his parents are gone.
You know,
Batman
he'd
that's
be
out
gone
for,
forever.
yeah, well, they're gone. They're out there for vengeance, and not actually out there to, patrol Gotham like he is now. So maybe he still needs to go through the Ra's al Ghul shit. Maybe he still needs to do all that shit and
I would
become.
imagine he already did, but
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but it doesn't really look like it.
yeah, but he
Mm,
still was fighting. Like his fighting style was real. I liked it. It's like real rough and rugged, but it was nice. But yeah,
mm.
definitely like maybe him going through. They might make that into another movie. I don't know.
Right. But I don't know,
I like.
man, because James Gunn, I believe if he's taking over the universe, I would think you have to weave in a Batman that's in that universe before you go crazy with this other Batman that's, I guess, supposed to be
Hmm.
Elseworlds anyways, but
Yeah.
I don't really know. But his next movie is supposed to be Supergirl.
Okay.
Clayface is supposed to be coming out.
Okay.
He's doing a comedy Batman, animated series. I think
Okay.
that's coming out
Comedy.
soon. Yeah,
Well, I
that's why.
mean, if it's like based more on the Joker, I can see that. But
Did you watch Creature Commandos, his animated?
I watched some of it. It was
It
okay.
was pretty
Yeah.
good actually. As you got deeper into it, it does a good spin. If they were to come somehow to live action and into the universe, because Rick Flag Sr.
Yeah,
is
it's all
there.
connected. Yeah,
Yeah, when
yeah,
he's older, But Frank Grillo's already really 63 in real life, so he's probably the same age as he was in the
yeah,
cartoon. But I don't know. But it's all supposed to connect somewhere. I know that Jason Momoa is playing Lobo in the Supergirl movie, so I'm excited to see that.
yeah.
But we'll
Which is
see.
perfect.
Yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. Are you more DC? Or are you a Marvel guy?
I'm more of a Marvel guy, but I do like DC. But definitely more of a Marvel person. Although right now I'm not really too like into the Marvel universe right now. It's kind of falling off a bit,
Yeah.
a
Waiting to
lot.
see what happens, man. We're waiting to see what happens, man. With after this Fantastic Four, we're supposed to get the first trailer for what is the newest Avengers? Is that Doomsday? The first
Yeah,
trailer for that's supposed to be in Fire and Ash, and Fire and Ash Avatar comes out in December.
they need to
Uh,
just give us Blade. Been waiting for Blade forever.
but I do, man. I'm still starting to suspect that Damson Idris is going to play Black Panther. Hopefully, it's T'Challa. We saw a soft launch, it looks like, at a Vogue magazine shoot. They're dressed up as the Black Panther people. Angela Bassett was there, kind of like
Okay.
walking with Damson Idris, even though she's dead in Black Panther, so I don't
She's
know.
very much dead, yeah, but maybe they'll bring her back. I don't know.
Oh yeah, so I don't know
But
if that.
I think that he would be a good Black Panther,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, just bring him in for Doomsday or Secret Wars. Secret Wars gives him a little bit. I mean, I don't know if he'd be working out now for Secret Wars. That's just not gonna come out till 2,000, 100 million, 6 zillions.
I mean, he don't have to get too much bigger. He just has to get cut, and he's not like a fat dude. So I don't think it would be hard for him to get cut. He probably need like 6 months of training. But
And he's probably Black Panther 3 too. I think Ryan Coogler would do a little something. Denzel's supposed to be in it. So we'll see.
who is he gonna play?
So a villain, some villain in the Black Panther.
Oh, maybe that what's that dude's name again? He's like I forgot his damn name, but he's kind of like the Sorcerer Supreme. He's like a wizard who's like on the level of Doctor Strange as far as like his abilities and stuff.
Hmm.
I forgot his name now, but yeah, that would be
But
cool.
after that's supposed to usher in Midnight Sun. So I see the direction they're going in. Jeremy Renner's back and moving around. Mayor of Kingstown. The new season's out right now. If you haven't
Are
seen
they
that, go
gonna get
watch that.
him back in it? Because he had a lot of controversy with them.
Right. Yeah. They should pay him, and they're paying Robert Downey Jr. all this money. If they need him to connect the universe and keep the Young Avengers going with Kate Bishop, and Kate Bishop, first of all, Haley Steinfeld's big time now, so I don't know if she's supposed to be Kate Bishop. She ain't too young no more.
Yeah, yeah, but she did a good job. Wasn't she the one who played it in the show on Disney Plus?
Yeah. I like that a lot. I like
I
that
thought
show
it
a
was
lot.
good,
Hmm.
but I thought it was better. She was good. I thought she did a good job in that, but having him in it also helped it out a lot. And having in the other Black Widow, which I think is cool. I don't think they killed her off already, but they're not gonna bring back Scarlett Johansson because she also has controversy with them.
Yeah.
So, but
We'll see. We'll see. I heard something though. They can bring
I
back
didn't really
anybody
like
for real.
Ironheart that much though.
Ironheart wasn't really that good. Yeah,
It
the
wasn't.
series wasn't that good. But
I forced myself through it.
and they put Mephisto on that, and Mephisto's a big character in the comics, and it's probably gonna
Yeah,
play the biggest part. Supposed to be joining Doctor Doom's army in
yeah,
the new shit. So we'll see what happens with that. But man, have you ever thought about starting your own universe?
of course,
So
of course.
I think Vesta Bias is getting to the ring with our own universe, and I think I told you guys we had another project to announce, and I've been talking a lot about how we got these characters in this world we're trying to develop. So you heard it here first. We're going to talk a little bit about a little transition. That wasn't really a good transition, but we're going to talk a little bit about the Best of Bias new series we're creating. We haven't had the title yet. We're not going to give away too much, but we want to incorporate our own characters. We talk so much about these powers, these characters, these shows that we like so much. We thought, why not incorporate it into Best of Bias Media ourselves? So, firstly, let me ask you if you were to have a superpower, what are your top three superpowers you would have? Put them in
Top
order, too.
three. Number one, always time manipulation. I think that like if you have the ability to manipulate time, I can't see anybody beating you. So time manipulation, mind control, and I never thought any other ones after that. 'Cause like if you have time manipulation, you don't really need a lot of other ones. Like I don't need flight because I can just stop time and just walk anywhere I want to. Um, I guess the ability to like know all.
Be all knowing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine personally, I have teleport as number one. I just thought teleportation would be really cool. I don't know if I would like the drawback of having to see where you're going to be able to do it.
Mm.
Just teleport anywhere. You ain't got to worry about leaving on time. Just bam, bam, bam. And being a teleportation fighter, oh man, that would be the
Oh
sickest shit
yeah.
ever. Stealing shit, I'll be a hero though, guys. Yeah. But I would steal some shit too.
I'll be a villain.
Yeah. Telekinesis, of course, move shit with my mind, maybe even just read minds, control minds is kind of always my thing, but just simply just being able to move things with my mind would be good. I'll just take that. And then third, I put enhanced reflexes. So something along the lines of being
Super
able to,
soldier.
yeah, move really fast, maybe dodge some bullets, or more so, I was thinking more so along the lines of bullseye, to where you have like
Mm.
perfect aim and shit, so you can just fucking throw shit and it can just bend and just get to where it needs to go. You take a shot, perfect, like gun, perfect aim type shit, enhanced reflexes and shit like that. Um, but we say all this to say, I asked you to say, in this series that we're creating, all the homies are in the comic. We're doing something a little different. We're asking all the homies to create a character, bring the character into the story, what powers they like, what names they want their characters to be. We're gonna have the characters get into the situation. They get powers from this situation. But I want you personally, I mean, you can tell the people right now, if you got to create your character, what would your character's name be and what power would you give yourself? It
Okay.
has to be one base power and five abilities based on that power.
Time control. Definitely. Just the ability to like move forward and back to a certain degree in time. Because I ain't trying to go too far back in time because I'm pretty sure I'd fuck up some shit.
You got to
I
have some
know.
drawbacks too. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if I go too far back, I'm gonna be kicking slave masters' asses and shit. Yeah,
Be
so
stuck.
I can't do all kind of shit like that. But definitely time control. I guess some sides of that be is like to be able to manipulate like things instead of just time all around me, but like a certain thing in its time. So if I have a car that's old, I can make that shit brand new.
Just touch it.
Yeah,
That'd
brand
be
new
sick.
car.
Yeah,
That'd be dope as shit. If I
that'd be
got
dope.
like my cat getting too old and getting sick, just put his ass back to when he was a kitten, so he can start over again
Yeah,
type of shit.
wow. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
just be
dope.
able to get loved ones and all that shit. You know, somebody got like their body breaking down or they got cancer or some shit like that. Just make that shit go away.
Yeah, that's
And
sick.
yeah, and also the ability to like gain knowledge throughout time. So like, say there's something that a sickness that comes up now and we ain't got a cure for it, I can like use my mind to go forward in time and like find out what the cure is for it and bring it back.
You sitting there.
Shit like that. Did you say five or just three? Say
Well,
three.
five. I said five. That's
Five.
based off the comic or what we're gonna make. I asked everybody for five of those things. So it can
Okay.
be one power, but just to get really specific, not to limit you to only one power, just what can that power do and be
Oh,
specific about it. Just really go in depth. You know what I mean?
all right. And it controls spaces like actual like area and time for like for example, if you're somewhere and like there's people who are around you who are about to attack you, instead of stopping time for yourself, you can just stop time for them so they can't move and progress and harm you. And make you look like you can like teleport kind of because to them time stopped, but you just move behind them or something. That'd be dope. And
Okay.
then what else? Uh that would be four right there, right? I guess the fifth one would be shit, what else can I do with time? I guess decreasing time or changing like something's age, I can also advance it and make stuff like turn to ash kind of like so something is that I don't want there, like somebody to attack me or some shit, I can just like make them like so damn old that they just turn into like skeletons or some shit.
So Shigaraki, you cut somebody and
Yeah.
just okay, okay. That's good. What would your name be? I know you gave me a name already.
Oh yeah. Well, I like Egyptian gods and shit like that. So like my cat's name is Osiris, which is like Egyptian Jesus. The god of time for Egypt is Thoth. So it's like Thoth. So I would use that name, I guess, just to go along with the theme of time. Yeah.
No, sorry, I was watching this game here. And what would your role on the team be? You can't be the vehicle or gadget guy because that's me.
No, I'd probably be like the I don't know, like the what do they call them again back in Asian, like the strategist. There we go.
Okay, strategist. Nice, nice. But hey, y'all, this is our idea. So we're trusting y'all with this confidentiality. But I'm telling you, these characters are going to be epic. I actually asked. I ain't gonna tell you where I got my ideas from, but listen to this. Lydell Chambers, aka Alloy. His power is ferrokinesis, ability to control and bend metal, iron at your will. So this is really inspired by Magneto. But
Oh,
I wanted to go a little bit deeper with it. Metal control and manipulation, that's the obvious one. Manipulate irons in body, manipulate the iron in bodies of other. Ability to grant you control over irons within people's body by manipulating the iron content in somebody's bloodstream. You can influence their physical state and abilities. You can enhance their strength by focusing on the iron in their muscles, or you can hinder their movement by altering the iron levels. This grants you power of immense control over the human body and can be used defensively and offensively. You know what I mean? So I'm
you're a
controlling
villain.
bodies
You can
from,
damn near kill people. Just
yeah.
take the iron out their body.
Well, my powers are for good. Liquid metal arm. So my arm we have an accident. My arm got
Ah.
torn off. So I
Okay.
actually was able to form a arm out of liquid metal alloy that can do different kind of things.
Mm.
Um, let's see. You can transfigure your arm into objects that I desire. Ability shows it can adapt to various situations, become swords, shields, kind of like cyborg, like with the
Okay.
nanites, but it can create shit out of the metal. I can bend my metal arm into different things. Cover body in almost unbreakable metal, like Colossus. So it adds to that, it adds to the metal bending as well. And my fifth one is basically I'm the gadgets and vehicle guy. I'm financing everything like Bruce Wayne. If you need a vehicle for a situation, I'm busting that vehicle out. You need a
So that's
gadget
like
for that situation, I can make that gadget out of my metal and pass it out to the crew for whatever they need for whatever situation. So
that's another power in itself. You can be rich as shit. That's what Bruce Wayne's other power is.
that's why it's number five.
Money.
You know what I'm saying? That's the fifth thing with it. You know what I'm saying? That money and being able to have those gadgets that will. You need an airplane like Batman, need that airplane to pop out of nowhere. I got one. You need a 4x4 to drive that can drive on the side of buildings. I got that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little something, you know what I'm saying? I took it all in the aspect. I asked everybody and made sure their powers are a little something different. We have a crew of like 9 people. I'll give y'all a little preview. We was on a trip somewhere, you know what I'm saying, driving in an RV. Something happens to the RV. We all in there, somebody driving, some comes across the road. We veer off the road for some reason. We wake up in this accident. What the fuck happened? We wake up in this situation in this shit. We like, what is this shit? We go home, survive, you know. Amazingly, how do we survive this shit? We fell off a 100-foot drop into a canyon, but we
You
survived.
you lost the arm in the process, though, right?
Exactly. I lost the arm, but we survived.
Survived, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we go to the hospital. It's like, you guys are lucky to be alive. Why are you alive? And then a couple of days later, each person that was on that RV has a story about how their power is just manifested out of nowhere a couple of weeks or a couple of days later. And then those powers happen to be this. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a good time as we get more characters and more storyline. I'm gonna start writing it up, get some art going. I want it to be a comic. I want it to be an animated series. So ground one, we getting these characters popping, all with individual stories based off this RV accident, and more is to come, guys. It's a little sneak preview. I can't give you guys too much sauce because if you guys run away and just create your shit off my shit that I've been brainstorming, we would lose. But AKA, how does that sound? Doesn't it sound
Sounds
ambitious and
cool.
fun?
If I see somebody come out with a powers like mine, I'll be pissed off. Like,
Right, yeah, you gave a little, we gave a lot of info and that could steal our characters, but you know what, I think we'll be straight, man. There's plenty more where that came from. There's plenty more I haven't told you guys yet, but look out for Best of Bias Media, and we're expanding from just a podcast, we're expanding from just merch. comic books, TV shows, podcasts, voice series. The sky is the limit from these ideas, and we're going to get there for sure. But that brings us to the end of the podcast, and I know you have to be somewhere, aka, but I thank you so much for being here today. This is the end of the podcast where I like to let them know where they can find you at. And where is that?
You can find me on Instagram at Akio Young. I really don't have any other platforms I'm on,
We
really.
need to change that, brother, because I've been sitting on this beat for 175 million years. I did a double pod this week, a double episode. After the shit is edited, I think I don't have anything to do this weekend. I was gonna come out to San Jose State's homecoming game versus Army or some shit like that, but I don't think I feel like leaving the house this weekend. So I will be available. I think I'm gonna lay some tracks down. I don't know, I don't remember how to even record on this setup, but I'm gonna send you the stems of what I can. I don't know how many bars I need, but I'm gonna do something to this beat. I
Just
promise.
try and go up. Do you still have mine? Where that I ever sent to you with my shit on it?
I think you just sent me the beat. I think you
Uh,
sent me the beat. Is it a YouTube beat? Did you say?
it is YouTube beat, yeah,
Yeah.
just mostly
So
like a guitar type of
do you
sound.
have yours with like extra beat at the end of it,
Yeah, I gotta find it, but I definitely got it somewhere on this
or
computer.
you can kind of make it? Yeah, just with an
Yeah,
open
I
verse
do want
there.
to re-record it anyways because I recorded that one like right after I wrote it. So yeah, I want to record it so it sounds better. But
We're gonna do that. We need to definitely get some more content out. So we need to definitely get on the music side of things. Holidays is coming out. Maybe we can do a Christmas song. I got the Best of Buys gaming YouTube page up now too. So if we play any games, I can get some clips, throw it on there, get a bunch of different shit going. I need some followers on Twitch. But anyways,
before we
hey,
go though, I do want to say, have you watched that show Welcome to Derry yet?
yes,
You have?
yes,
Yeah, that show was pretty dope. I just want to bring that up. I watched the first two episodes and it was way different than what I expected it to be.
yes, definitely. HBO Max. That shit is crazy.
It is.
Crazy. Doing the it thing, jump scares, just making you fucking just like, what the fuck? Are you already like caught up to episode two?
Yeah.
That scene where she was stuck on the umbilical cord,
Oh my God, that shit was creepy as fuck. And then when it stood up,
I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen too. I was like, that shit is about to stand up after it chews that umbilical cord and do the
yeah,
crazy ass walk.
that shit was
That's
fucking
I
crazy.
knew that was
Yeah.
gonna happen with the pickles too in the restaurant or in the grocery
Oh
store.
yeah. Instantly, I knew that was gonna happen to her.
That little
Yeah.
thing is gonna start crawling up, all
But that wasn't
weird.
as crazy as the fucking umbilical cord shit. That shit was like the being like in the sheet, and when she couldn't like get the sheet off her, I was like, oh, that would be horrible. I sleep like that with my cover over my head.
Oh
I was like, that
yeah.
would be some crazy
And
shit.
it was just trapped. That's some Freddy Krueger shit. And she had
Yeah,
to,
on
oh my
everything.
God. And does it really, because if she would have not got out, would she have really died?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the crazy part. I don't know.
Because it always does the scare shit and it gets right up to your face and then disappears to make you look hella crazy to scare you.
And
But
I like the fact that they're like bringing it like more explanation with like the military and stuff.
yeah,
Like they got the dad and saying that he's fearless, so like they're trying to get a weapon that emits fear, and they need him to go and do it because he has, he's fearless or whatever.
against, yeah, it won't get him or make him see shit because, yeah, he's
He's not
fearless.
afraid of shit.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool. That is actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
But just the fact that it's Alien and they're talking about I've read a lot of or watched some pods or videos on what it's supposed to be or what the it's supposed to actually come down to and it's an alien and he's fighting against this
yeah, we
big
already knew
ass
that.
turtle
Yeah, that's the original
Saturn.
thing.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
like
in the original movie they have like this. They have like little Stephen King put little Easter eggs in there. I think it was something about a turtle in the basement at one point, and
mm,
it was kind of just like pointing on that or whatever, like just adding little Easter eggs on it. But
it's just weird. It just goes for I
that
thought it was
scene in
just
the
simple.
car at the beginning was crazy too. Just the
Exactly.
people.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, fuck. And this shit scares them. It doesn't really kill them, but this shit's actually killing these people in the theater.
Oh, it's ripping them to
Killing them.
pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa. So,
And anybody can get it, it seemed like, because like I thought that those kids was the main characters, but clearly they weren't.
yeah. And it's gonna be a whole bunch of kids dying. Yeah. And there
Yeah,
a whole bunch of racism is taking you back, man. It's probably gonna be one of the
yeah.
better series since when they were doing Lovecraft Country.
That was a good one
That was a
too.
really good one, really good one.
Yeah,
Shout out Jonathan Majors, man. Hopefully he makes a comeback real soon. You saw
yeah.
that bodybuilding movie with him in it?
I didn't see it, but he was getting swole. Yeah,
Bruh, that his acting in that shit. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, he's a good actor in general. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Everybody
still
saying that.
watch that cowboy movie with him and Idris Alba. That one that's on Netflix, I think it is.
Oh yeah, there's hella people on that one.
Yeah,
Lakeith
I watched that
Stanfield
a
and
couple
everybody.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys go watch Welcome to Dairy. It is on HBO Max right now. A lot of shit's out right now. The Lowdown on FX is pretty good with what's his name in it. Not Kevin Bacon, but the guy looks like him. Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke. Okay.
Uh there's some good shit right now. Watching one more thing that's current that I do not remember.
I just
Task
watched
was
that
good.
movie Weapons.
You have HBO Max then? Watch
Yes, yeah.
Task.
Pass. What's that about?
It's about the FBI. Mark Ruffalo's in it.
Okay.
Basically, I don't know where exactly they are, but these kind of like super white. I don't know if they're white supremacist guys or this biker club. Um, One of the dudes, well, they sell drugs or whatever, and it starts off these garbage men are checking the garbages, and it looks like they're staking out drug houses to rob them. And then
Mhm.
basically one day they just kind of run up on one of the houses and they go rob them because they know they have drugs there. But it all goes wrong. People end up getting shot. They kill everybody in the house. There's a little kid there, and they end up
Mhm.
taking the little kid because they just smirked their parents and saw their faces, and shit goes down from there. And it's really good. One of the newer shows, limited series. Um, some good shit. So check that out
What is it
too.
called again?
Task,
Pass.
Task.
I'm gonna check
Yes,
it out.
yes, sir. And if you're looking for something funny on HBO Max as well, The Chair Company.
The
That
chair.
shit is funny.
I'll check it out too.
If you know, I always forget dude's name, but if you remember the memes, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Uh, Anyways,
I
probably
know
didn't do
that
it justice at all. But check it out. The Chair Company is hella funny on HBO Max as well. But you know where to find your boy at is Patrick_Lydell on Instagram, SAC_Lydell on Instagram. If you're looking for the Best of Bias podcast, just type in Best of Bias podcast on Instagram. You'll find Growly there and you'll see the Best of Bias there. Like, subscribe, add me as a friend on there. We need more followers on that page to get us in the algorithm a little bit more. Best of Bias is also on YouTube. Of course, you're watching right now on YouTube, aka puts together videos all the time. They look wonderful. Thank you for making us one of the more popular and more consistent podcasts on YouTube, Spotify, and Netflix. Holler at me. They're actually doing video podcasts on Netflix now, sponsored by Spotify. This podcast is on Spotify. It used to be called, what was it called? See, I've been so used to it, I forgot exactly what it's called, but it was called Podcasting for Spotify for Podcasters. Now they just call it Spotify. So based on how much I be podding and be on the YouTube spaces, drop us over into Netflix, man. We can fucks with it. You get some guests on here bigger and better with a little bit of sponsorship. But yeah, check us out. We weekly with it. More sports, more pop culture. I will go. I will see. I think I'm going to see The Predator, The Badlands this weekend. So review
okay.
on that coming soon. Yeah, we have movies coming back to back. I saw The Roof Man. I don't think that's really worth talking about. Um, but that's about it. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Thank you guys for the extra long episode of the Best of Bias podcast. But I see Joe Budden out here putting out 3 and 4 hours of podcasts with 2 hour long Patreons. You know, I got to compete a little bit, trying to get to where that guy's at. But you guys enjoy episode 263 is in the book, season 4, aka thank you for being here today. And we are out. It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.